Hello everyone, this is Clay with Digifactors Animation, and this is going to be my second tutorial for today, and then I'm going to call it a night. This ain't going to be a very long tutorial, it's going to be kind of quick. So, further ado, let me turn off my title screen, and I already have Muvizu open, okay, and I got it all set up with a light. Now, we're going to make one asset I believe that Muvizu don't have enough of. And of course, we have our lighting and all that, but we just don't have any kind of special little lighting effects. All right, and with that said, we need to create something. Let's just say, like, you got your character walking down the sidewalk, down the street, passing all the buildings, window shopping, and you notice that there is no neon signs or any kind of signs on those buildings. So we're going to create a neon sign, an actual glowing neon sign. And to do that, we're going to use two easy and cheap softwares. And that is why I usually use those in my tutorials, because it's for the people that has low budgets and need something that they can learn really fast, and I'd like to help y'all out on that. So the 3D modeling program I'm going to use is 3D Milkshape. It has a 30-day trial, free trial, with all of its features, even export and all that. It all works. Um, for and it's really cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for it when I got. I think it was like under $20 when I. Of course, that was a while back. So, but I still believe it is kind of cheap. All right, and I also use an alternative to Photoshop, unless you have all that, and that is Paint.net. And Paint.net is totally free, 100% free. And both of these softwares that I just named, they're really easy and they have a fast workflow to them. So you can get things done really quick once you learn how to do all the features. Okay, and Milkshape has a lot of tutorials on their website on how to use the software. Okay, now with that said, let's create our first neon sign. Okay, now I'm going to minimize Muvizu. Let me close that. And um, we're going to open up Paint.net, and we're going to create our texture first. Now, before we do anything, let's click on the black, which is already clicked, and get our fill bucket, and let's fill that in with black. The reason why is that whenever you're working with light colors against a white background or transparent background, it's usually hard to see. So I like to use black to help me see it better. Okay. Now, with that done, if none of these windows are there, over here at the top, let's say this, and just click on it and it should open them up. They should appear. And this is the layers window. And we're going to create a layer over this black. So let's click on that and create our layer. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a text using the pink color. Okay, we're going to do pink, and we're going to select our text tool. Go up here and let's find a good text font that we can use. Okay, let's see, Arial Black. I want to do the Arial Rounded. That would make um, a good neon sign. So we're going to make it, let's do it at 72. Click on here and let's just write something. Me, I'm going to do my logo, Digifactor. Okay, once I got that, I just want to drag it to the middle. Because when we make our glow, we don't want the glow extending out and creating a straight line in the glow or anywhere. So we want it right in the middle, just like so. Okay, now let's add our glowing effect. And to do that, we're going to go right up here in the Effects tab, click on that, and we're going to go down to where it says Photo. Okay, in photo, we're going to go to glow. Alright, so click on glow. It'll bring up its options. And we're going to take the radius and we're going to move it all the way. And that's 20 for that. Alright, and then the brightness, we're going to bring that up to like, let's say 38. And then the contrast, we're going to make it like 23. Like that. Okay, now let's add it 2 more times. Go back to effect. Do not click repeat glow. We want to do it manually because you have to do some adjustments. Go back to photo and then to glow again. Okay, now in the brightness, we're going to bring that down. We're not going to touch the radius or the contrast. Well, maybe we could touch the contrast. Yeah, let's bring the contrast to 48 and the brightness minus 17. And we'll leave the radius at 20. Okay, click on that. Now let's do it one more time. And this time we're going to bring down the radius. Like so. And we're going to adjust the brightness to like 3. And we'll bring down the contrast to like 17. Just like that. Now that looks good. Now let's cut that out. And we're going to do it like right like this. Center. Make sure you got it in the center. Okay, and we'll cut it. We'll go to File, Create New. Click OK. And then paste that in there. Now we have the text with a transparent background. Okay. Now we're going to save that. So we'll go to Save As. And I'm going to save it right here. I already did one before. I was practicing, making sure I remember how to do it. So we'll overwrite that one. Okay. Once we get that overwrite, click OK. And then we can close out, hit paint.net and open up, not Muvizu. We'll open up Milkshape. And we're going to create that text. So we'll go to the tools bar, click on that, and scroll down until you find the text generator. Click on font, and we're going to select that same font. And we're going to keep it on bold. Let's do a size 24. Okay, and we'll click on that. Whoops, already did that. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. Click on OK, and then we're going to click, we'll type in our text, our message, or our text, yeah. So I'm going to do Digifactor. Like that, and then I'm going to click OK. And there it is. There's our text. Now, go to the Groups tab, and let's just select that. And we'll keep it on Move, and we're going to move it right into the center. Let's reset view. Make sure if we have it too small or if it's not too large. Let's reset view. So it seems like it's too small. So let's click on Scale, and let's scale it a little bit. Like that. And we'll thicken it up a little bit. Alright, now we got that done. Now the next thing to do is we're going to add that texture of that text glow we just made in pink. Alright, and then to do that we need to go to our Materials tab. Click on that. If you notice we don't have no materials created. We have to make one. So we'll click on New, and there's our first material. Now we need to add the texture to it. So go over here on the None, where it says None, and click on that, and select that texture, and navigate to that texture that we just made, like so. Now with that texture there, and our text still selected, you got to make sure you select it, and then double click on the texture. And you notice it disappeared. That's because we need to line up our textures to the mesh. In order to do that, we'll go to Windows and go to Texture Coordinate Editor. Okay, like so. Okay, and here in the hierarchy, you'll see there should be a list of all the models that you created. Right now, all we have is that text. Okay, and this is the views. Front view, back view, left view, right view, top view, and bottom view. But we want to keep it on the front view and then remap it. And there we go. So all we have to do is scale and move to make it line up with our texture. Alright, takes a little bit to get it right. So we need to scale it a little bit more to line up our I's and D's. Like so. And there we go. And let's close that out and click on our preview window. And there we go. Now the next thing we need to do is create the glow around our text. Now this is a little bit uh, complicated on this. Not too much. Just a little bit. Because we have to line it up and scale up and everything. So in order to add our glow, we're going to deselect that. And we're going to go to the Models tab. And we're going to click on Plane. Click on Plane. And over here in the front view, we're going to draw a rectangle around our text. Like so. Okay, and over here on the side view, you can see that it's not lining up in the middle. We want to put it right in the middle. So click on your Move button and just drag it right in the middle like so. Now we need to add that text to that plane. Like so. There we go. So let's go back to the Models tab and click Scale. Alright, so let's kind of zoom in a little bit with your mouse wheel. And let's just scale that. And you can see in your preview window here. Okay, so we just want to like move it to where it lines up. You may have to scale it a little bit more if you have to. Or kind of back it up on the scale. No, we don't want to back it up on the scale. You just want to make sure you get it all lined up. Like so. Move it just a little bit. Let's see how that looks. So it's not lining up real good, but I'm going to try to get it close enough. Alright. Let's see. That should be good. A little bit more. So you don't want to look at it at an angle because it'll throw you off. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to get it just close enough. Okay, that should be close enough. Now we got that done, and you notice how we got that haze, fuzzy looking outline. That is the glow that's going on there. That is the glow. So now we're going to export that in as ASE. So go up to the file, click on that, export, and go down to ASE. Reason why ASE, not like the object format, it does do the textures, but it doesn't do opacity too well. And it doesn't help you do the glow. It won't have that glow to it because it most likely will make it shine instead of glowing. It'll make it like metal shine or glass shine. We don't want that. We want it to glow. And this is why I use it as ASE. As you can see, I already have one there. We're just going to override that and then click Save. Override it. And then once that happens, or even for the first time, you'll get the ASE export option. Do not touch anything. Leave that alone. Just click OK. Now that's been exported. All we have to do now is go into Muvizu and import that light, that neon sign that we just made. So go to Create and then go to Import. Select it, Open, and you'll have the import object settings here. We want to keep the ID texture as is. Don't use an ID texture. And we want to make sure we click on opacity only. And then in the ambience, we don't want no ambient collision in the map. Over here in facing, we want to double side it because we want the glow to happen on both sides. Okay. And when you got all that done, click OK. Okay, object is either too big or not too large. So we're going to have to kind of maybe position ourselves to where maybe we can import it. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so once it happens, you can see it's already glowing. Once that happens, you just kind of like go to the edits before you move it and click on float in the air. Okay, so that way it won't fall on you. We want to turn it around and voila, and you can see it's glowing. So I turn it around, it's glowing on that side as well. If I bring it back over here, it's not glowing. And you can see how it's transparent, just like an actual neon light bulb. We'll move it back into the light. Okay. Now, if we want it more pink, we can like go to the properties of the light bulb and change the color to pink. That way, you'll have that pink glow as well. Now you're probably saying, well, it's kind of it's all blended together. That's because we have our brightness too bright. We want to bring down our brightness like so. And keep the distance like it is. We don't want to mess with the distance. And you can bring the light bulb back a little bit if you want, and then make it brighter. And if you want it double-sided, like if you got it as a street sign for a restaurant, and it has both sides, well, that side would probably be reversed. You can always do something like this in your modeler. Make a cube and kind of stretch it out, flatten it out, and lay that against the cube, and then duplicate this. Come to the other side, flip it around to where it's facing that way. Put it all together and keep the sign like. You can even do that as a neon and do it another glow. Use your imagination when you create these. And then when you do that, you can just like copy that light bulb and then paste it here on the other side. Whoop. And we don't want to do that. I'm selecting that sign. We want to click. Oh, come on. I want to click that light bulb and copy it. And paste it over here on this side and bring it in like so. And you can do that. We're going to delete that. But one last effect that we need to add to our neon sign, and that is the flickering. So we'll click on the light bulb and go to its property and click flicker. And you can change the speed of the flickering, and you notice how sometimes it turns it blue, like it's moving from blue to pink. And that, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's how you make a neon sign. You can do all different kinds of designs. You can put a frame around it and do different colors and stuff like that. This just shows you how to make a neon sign. And I hope this comes helpful to you. I hope you can use this. Maybe you want to make some neon signs for your project. Give your say like you want to make a cyberpunk city or whatever, and you know them cyberpunks are they have the neon, they're big in neon, stuff like that, like some of the games that you have, you know, the cyberpunks, stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, please support me and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, okay? Click on that subscribe button, click on the likes, and let's kind of like that algorithm thing. Let's distort it. Let's confuse that algorithm and keep me going. All right, so. And don't forget to click that bell. That way you can get notifications for any new videos or tutorials that I posted. All right, y'all have a good night, pleasant dreams, and God bless.